an exploit here.
Right, and because VP have been playing so many tournaments, that might also be, I mean, normally maybe they would try and sit down and say, well, let's not play exactly like we did last time.
Right.
But they've been traveling, they've been in airports instead of been, you know, looking at their demos and trying to figure out how to change maybe just a couple of things at least. This round, though, Mousesports off with 2 smoke grenades, and it looks like it's going to be a B execute, but I'm wondering how many people they're going to put. So smoke goes off once, they're going to try and put a couple of people through vents, and look at Pasha. He's actually not in a great position to stop it, but the way he's moving up right here, this could get detrimental. He's running in, he spots out Legia, he goes down. That's a huge opening kill here. And Snack's now trapped in the corner. He picked off one, but Tabson will drop him, and Neo looking for a crossover kill on someone, but they duck in and kill him, and Taz and Bialy are going to be left, and Taz is miles away, so it's really all on Bialy to try and stop this round from falling apart from VP, which it practically almost already has. Coming in from middle, Legia will go down. Taz finds that running shot, 2v3, and it actually took him a while to get the bomb down here.
So that's going to give him a little bit of life, and Bialy also has a kit, so if Taz is able to get anything, but he's not, so all of a sudden it's just Bialy. Throws a flash, and he gets one blind, but great cover fire from Tabson. Going to be able to take him down in another great pistol run out of Mousesports, and this one actually ends up working out in their favor and send us some miracle performance like Pasha's was on Mirage.
Yeah, he was even set up for it. I mean, if they run through vents and he's right behind them, that could get a little bit tricky, but I think he pushed in between them, actually, and got spotted by Legia, so that was a little bit unfortunate. Still a pretty good idea, after all. Mousesports, though, good, strong start for them here on their own map.
And they're very dedicated to these SMGs. Every match we've seen out of them, they're often having 3 to 4 SMGs on their anti-eco round, and they're getting in very, very nicely. It is a 4-on-4 right here. Neo's going to have to do something, but Gabi doesn't even stop. Just a little bit of a drive-by with that MP7.
Yeah, it's like a high-quality, drive-by. Because normally I think it's a Mac 10 you need, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. It's the rich part of the hood you're living in if you use the German machine guns to shoot people with. Pasha gonna get the 1 kill in on Gobi and has the Deagle out. He's pretty damn good at using. He's getting flanked as well. Legia ready to receive him, and Pasha is no more. So an expensive round for Mousesports after all.
Right, I was gonna say a very good amount of damage done by Virtus.pro. Keeping that economy low. The money bonus from those SMGs are gonna help alleviate that a little bit. And you're going to see, much like on Mirage, Gabi actually just keeps that pistol, keeps that 5.7 that he got from pistol round.
And this wonderful new skin on the pistol, by the way, the 5.7. Speaking of which, the banana.
The banana, the monkey business.
I do like it actually. It's kind of good.
It's about time we got something like that. But Pasha continuing his aggression, so trying to push through that smoke, but once again, Mouse prepared for it. Just staying behind the smoke, being very cautious, and just taking advantage of it. Neo's going to pick one off, so it's equalized, but he's not falling back either. And over at A, Taz falls, and now it's just Bialy playing it. And Nico's going to grab those 2 entries, so nice shots by him. Although Neo is going to be able to salvage an AK, and he could try and do either more damage, build on the damage they did last round, or just try and save it for the gun round, because it is a very nice weapon to have.
Yeah, they kind of give up on that AK. I mean, I'm not sure if sticking around would have been the better choice, but I'm wondering, is there any place to throw away an AK in that area?
You mean like on top of a roof like
yeah,
you do with
exactly.
SMGs? I'm kind of curious why maybe Snacks goes back to help protect him a little bit, give him a little bit of like a backup if he needs it. He's over here, and he might find Gob, but Gob's going to win that, and Legia's going to take out the AK that Neo was trying to save. So, I mean, you're right, and he's going to be able to. He's not going to be able to pick that up, actually. Too far away, so he doesn't get the AK. So maybe he did drop it behind a fence somewhere over in that in the sunroom.
No, impossible. I don't think you can throw it all the way up there, can you? It's probably not going to actually stick. It'll just bounce off. So I don't know. I'm just wondering if it was worth it for them to stick around and deny the AK, but it's also a big risk because you can end up losing another one instead. So.
Right.
Either way, 4th round coming up here, and it's going to be Virtus.pro with rifles finally. And pretty aggressive mid-control, actually, just not fearing at all. And look at this quick boost coming up. Nico going to get the return kill on Pasha, but they still got to worry about Snacks. He was actually in the T side of middle. Now he flashed his way back in and going to get the first kill there. Gets taken up by Gob-B still. Up until this point, good trading going on for Mousesports, but Bialy is going to put it in favor of VP. And still the action is just relentless. Great headshot there. Goes for Neo and comes out alive. And I have no idea how, but that's a triple kill here from the captain of the Mousesports team.
That was an absolutely beautiful shot, just tearing open that defense in middle. And now look at all the time they have to work with. All this action happens so quickly. A minute left at the moment. where they can probe, they can find anything out, and actually Gabi is just going to watch for the information, and he's going to get a 4th round, a wonderful round from him, a beautiful performance on this first gun round. They're going to go up 4-0 off the back of that.
Wow. Gabi, I think, was bottom fragging on Mirage. I mean, he's doing the calling as well, so it's not necessarily that big of a surprise, but he didn't have the best Mirage game of all time. Off to a very strong start here. That's impressive.
And here's what's cool as well is, you know, Titan does this very well, especially on cash, and they really emphasize Molotov use. It's something that can have such a huge impact. There's so many places everywhere on the map you can use a Molotov to flush a player out of position. It'll help you get map control and help you want to take these bomb sites. A nice counter flash for a door push. Nico's going to get 2 more entry kills there.
I have to say I'm disappointed, though, because this is a round where VP have 4 Deagles in play. That's actually very rare that we get to see that, and none of them have done anything. I was getting ready for the quadruple Deagle one-shot.
Right? That would have been absolutely
legendary, legendary strategy coming out.
Best round in history.
Not going to happen. So, I don't know. I mean, usually it's just 1 or 2 people on the team that will purchase Deagles. This time it was 4.
Yeah, and it's surprising, too, because those pistols, you know, 5.7, the rate of fire, the damage it can do, you can cause so much havoc with it. And the Deagle's very expensive purchase, but obviously not worried too much about it because they pick up 2 AWPs behind that with full armor, so not hurting on money was Virtus.pro.
That's 5-0 for Mousesports. They could probably have a good game on this map, even if they lost every single round from here on out on their T side. Even if this finished 10-5, Mousesports, I don't think they'd be happy because nobody likes losing 10 rounds in a row. But but you know, mathematically they'd be in a decent position. And now Snacks, got to be careful he doesn't get caught. Makes it back around the corner as well. He's got Neo here with the AWP, and that's definitely an off angle. Just standing kind of in the middle of everything there. And
so unexpected.
Yeah, Tabson couldn't really see that coming.
No, and this might have been a response, this double up setup, to that quick mid-take they did in the last round. So trying to shut that down if they try and stream over the boxes early. Pasha's still watching for it. He's got a teammate over at the box to help support and bail him out if need be, but Virtus.pro has a great stranglehold in this middle portion. Taz is going to get a nice headshot, and that's going to allow Pasha to peek out and grab one as well. So 5-on-3. Virtus.pro hasn't been touched yet. Chris J all alone with that op. He's going to come out middle, and Nico falls as well. So this is basically an entirely flawless round. It's a flawless victory.
Yeah, about time as well. If they did want to make that 10-round comeback, kind of good to start off with a round where you don't lose any rifles and just have to rebuy the grenades here.
And they picked up a 3rd op.
What?
That's not something you see every day. So
they must have stolen that from Chris. One of these has to be Chris's because they didn't spend the money on it.
No, they didn't. He picked it up. I'm not sure. Maybe there was miscommunication about how many ops they already had. Or, you know, maybe this is just something that they like to do. I haven't seen this before out of him, but going to try and make it work. Neo's going to get aggressive over towards A main. Snacks. Actually, he's got one blind, but he didn't see him over the box or didn't have a good shot at him, so he's forced to fall back a little bit.
Are they going to double up and try and go for it here? A lot of flashbangs raining in, but Chris has already fallen back to the corner. He's going to go down anyway. And it was his AWP they stole by Ali. It's not even the triple ult that's working right now. It's just by Ali doing work.
And that's absolutely huge. They needed to get at least 1 kill there. They use so much utility to do that. They use a Molotov, like you said, 3 or 4 flashes and a nade. So getting a kill out of all that use is crucial. Now there's one over in checkers, but this rotate comes over so quickly. All of a sudden they have 2 players over towards this B side. They even have Pasha and Vent, so anything towards B is going to get shut down, but he misses the quick scope. Tabson takes him out, gives him a little bit of life, a little bit of breathing room as the rest of the terrorists rotate over to make this hit.
Still got some time here. I mean, 40 seconds is not necessarily the end of the world. And Bialy gets wall banged down from Tabson through checkered in towards CT spawn. Snacks with a very crucial kill. Still ends up going down. Mousesports are turning this round around, and I have no idea how. Taz to get that kill. Tabson with a triple currently. And got 25 seconds here. And then the smoke, Taz actually falls off the ledge while getting the kill.
What a sneaky play as well. He took that out of Snacks' notebook coming through the smoke like that. So, yeah, but you're right. Mousesports somehow got that back in their favor. That spam obviously helps out a lot on the Bialy, who had low HP, but to come down from 3 to 5 and turn it into a 2-on-2 at one point, that's wonderful for them. And they just played it so patient and just worked some picks and forced some rotates over, and they just kind of slowly crept into that bomb site.
Well, VP, unlike the first round they won, this one was really expensive for them. Even though it was looking so good in the beginning by Ali picking up those 2 kills, so it looked like it could have almost been another flawless round. But they end up using a large part of their economy. That really shows on the scoreboard here. So they're still very near the edge, and that 10-round comeback is going to be even more difficult now.
Definitely is, and Neo got to be careful playing behind that smoke. Doesn't get caught out. He does get flashed, makes his way back into the bomb site. And this is such a huge B lane. There's 2 players in B right now. They have Taz up in the vent, so he's able to spot mid, get information, and fall out of those vents to help out B if needed. So he's in a great position to support his teammates.
Yeah, Mousesports have no way of knowing it, but I mean, if they Molotov'd him out of here, they do have the Molotovs for it as well. So if they did Molotov Taz out, there'd be a huge lack of mid control on the CT side. But, you know, we can see that and they can't necessarily.
Right.
It'd be so much easier making calls if you had an overview in the game.
This is a very different round than what we've seen, because some of these past rounds, so much action has occurred before the 1 minute mark that, you know, we're sitting at 1 minute and it's a 4-on-3 or a 5-on-3 in Virtus.pro's favor. This round, Mousesports slows everything down. They don't take map control of everything. They just spread out, and now they're finally rotating over towards the B site, but this is where that stack is.
Yeah, Taz sees a couple of legs there. Neo picks up a kill. Taz jumping down for the... Well, almost a double kill then, but then Snags is going to burn alive. Taz goes down. Neo, the very quick double kill, and makes it a triple. Look at this quad, in fact, in total for Neo. And that is going to be a pretty solid round. It's always sort of a throwback to the good old days when you see Neo AWPing really well.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Just seeing him play well in general is great. One of the best Counter-Strike players of all times here, and shows why that AWP still hasn't lost its step.
Yeah, because people forget or they weren't around at the time, but back in the Golden 5 days when it was still Cuban and Lord playing with the team, Neo was the hard carry, the only one really.
He was the monster. He's an absolute monster.
Yeah, Pasha in the middle now. He's got some pretty good support in this current lineup here, and Bayali to pick up a couple of kills here as well. Does help from Taz, and Chris with actually 2 kills he maybe shouldn't have had, then going for a 3rd one here with the Tech 9. 11 bullets left. He gets that kill, runs for Snacks, and finally there's an end to it. But that's huge. Yeah,
the damage they keep dealing in these rounds, even with losing him, is massive. And you said that you want to build that lead. You want to win those 10 rounds in a row if you're Virtus.pro. You got to have the economy behind it to do it. And Mouz is doing a very, very good job of keeping the pressure on, keep that money low, and make these expensive wins for Virtus.pro. And this is exactly what they did against Cloud9 yesterday. Cloud9 ran up to like a 6-1 scoreline, but Mousesports was able to deal so much damage and losses that eventually it breaks the economy, and that's when you can string 2 or 3 rounds together.
Well, they're headed in the right direction, but it's a bumpy road, is what I'm hearing you say.
Yes. Well, Virtus.pro seems to have stabilized after going down 0-5 in rounds, so they figured out kind of what they do wrong. Now these Molotovs are going to force players out of position, but Pasha doesn't mind it at all, swings out, gets away with 8 HP. Taz even chimes in with 1, so this hit has gone nowhere despite the cost of it. And Mousesports players just keep dropping. They're so incredibly low. But somehow they turn it around again.
I have no idea how. This shouldn't be possible, and they're going to get the kill. Chris with the triple. It's now all on Neo here, coming in from truck. This is a great round, and that grenade would have been beautiful if it had been a little bit more to the left.
And that's the bomb that actually made its way out of the site, so they can leave one player here just to keep him here, distract a little bit. He's going to toss the smoke. He's just going to stall Neo out. And the bomb's making its way over to B. It's going to be a free plant.
And Neo has no... Oh, how much is he trying to play with this gob?
Well, it's a dangerous game, too, because with how low HP it is, if Neo switches and goes back towards B, he's able to have an easy one-on-one.
Well, Neo realizes instantly that something is up. He's got the time, he's got the kit as well, so he can try and run in here, and Goppy's planted in a really, really good spot, right out in the open. This is going to be really tough for Neo to come and actually defuse the bomb. He has to check everywhere to look for Goppy.
Yeah, he could even be in CT spawner in heaven, so no clue where he's at. Gabi's just going to pop flash himself. Neo's going to be blind, so he gets off the bomb, but Neo actually wins it. Is there time? I don't believe there's time. So.
Oh, wow. Such a great effort from Neo, though. Really well played, but you're right. Not enough time at the end. And Goppy playing it very smartly. I mean, I wouldn't expect a player like Goppy to make this mistake, but let's say he had gone for the default plan of playing behind these boxes somewhere. Then Neo would have been able to guess where he was, or his position outside would have been really, really ineffective. So nice job on Goppy there. 6-4 here, and VP, because they've lost so many rifles in the eco and the anti-ecos, they're actually down to 2 5.7s in the round.
And only 1 kid as well, and that could be absolutely huge if Mousesports keeps having the great entry frags, or just actually they haven't even getting entry frags. It's just they've been turning around these battles when they're down so many players, and getting any kind of a plant is going to run down that clock, and it's going to be so difficult for Virtus.pro to get the defuse. And still playing aggressively is Pasha with that op over at A main. Snacks is just waiting in vents.
What's so mad about that last round as well is that the very second that Mousesports, even before they crossed this line and went in here, VP had 4 members on the A-bomb side. They were actually instantly rotated in. So it should have never been a close 2v2 or a 2v1 or anything. Very interesting scenario.
Well, they were getting mowed down for some time, and then all of a sudden they just ran off 3 to 4 straight kills in a 5-on-2. So wonderful how they're able to do that. And they're just playing it passively again. They're going to go for some delayed mid-aggression just at about the 45-minute mark. Snacks hears all this, or he knows they're out. He's going to peer out, see what he can find. He doesn't know they dropped quite yet. He sprays him down. He's able to get one. He spots another. Pasha comes in as well with a nice off shot.
Yeah, looking really good here. Coming around the corner, Taz, 5-7, running and gunning to pick it off, and Snacks will also get a second kill of the round for himself. So 5-6. It's, I mean, they're right on the edge, Virtus.pro, of having a disastrous first half, but they all the time are just within the margin error here. Well,
and also they're so good at like that round where they had 3 rifles and they had two 5.7s, 2 pistols, whatever they might have been. They're so good at those rounds where they let the rifle lead the action, and then they come in with those 5.7s and those pistols to clean some things up or just to support. Instead of sometimes we see players with pistols feel like they really need to make a play because they have that underwhelming arsenal disadvantage.
Pasha. Dangerous game being played here, and he ends up going down, but Bially's playing this forklift position so well all the time. Picked up the first kill here, still got 10 bullets left, and it's a good pre-fire headshot on Nico, and Taz to help out. So, yeah, they lose Pasha, but they're all but saved, and it's all pretty decent.
I'm very interested that Mousesports has gone away from this. On the first gun round, what we saw was Mousesports just stormed over that boost box and took control of mid so aggressively. They ended up getting a 2-for-2 trade and one and then a 3-on-3, but they haven't really gone back to this mid control, so they're allowing Virtus.pro players a lot of space, whether it be Pasha's op over there or player in vents, that has been very, very effective and allows them to rotate very quickly between these bomb sites. So I'd like to see Mousesports get back to eliminating that mid control.
Now look at this, it's going to be the Tech9 train towards the B bomb side. This is actually really, really hard to hold if you're in B, especially if you're where Neo is right now. You can't fall back quick enough. He's going to need backup from the vents, and he's got, well, actually mostly Taz is close enough by here. This is going to be really rough for Neo. Flashbang in, and he is already gone. Almost got the kill then. Without Taz trying to get in from Checkered, it's just not going to be as effective, and they're ready and pre-firing him. Great job from Gobby to take that kill. Pasha going to go down, Snatch to fall, and now it's on Bially. 1v4. Does catch out Tabson, but also reveals his position. The rest of the team will know exactly where he is. They don't have a bomb plant, but they don't need it yet. And Legia maybe with a bit of a bold play then. That's not really necessary. Giving actually a real opening here for Bially. Bomb goes down. It's a 1v2 here for the Polish player. Sneaking around the M4. Gonna get the headshot on Nico now, looking for Chris J. He spots him still. Oh, but Chris with the headshot, and you could hear the crowd in the background there. 6 rounds for Virtus.pro and 7 for Mousesports. That was a scary round for both teams. It was
very scary, and it was crucial that Chris J won that. And to be in a 3-on-1 and to be eliminated in that position, Bially, so much information that he gathered in some of those peaks, and he just was able to wheel his way around in checkers and find those kills. So almost a brilliant clutch from him, but stopped beautifully by a nice shot from Chris.
What happens on a team like that when Legia is the one going for that push? Because I'm guessing if he took the time to ask and say, hey, what do you guys think about me pushing and potentially giving up the kill here, everyone would say no. But it's just like an instinctive play. He feels like, I have to go look.
Well, he wants to look, but he looked a little bit too wide, committed a little bit too much. Actually, we're going to see a pop flash through the smoke in mid. Taz gets one, but they just spray through and end up taking out Pasha. Not even sure if they knew he was there, but Taz still doing some work delaying from coming out. So this mid pressure from Virtus.pro is keeping them at bay for the moment, but it is down to a 4-on-4. Just to get back to that point really quick, you know, he knows that was a mistake as soon as he falls in that situation.
Yeah, okay. Well, Snacks, if he had hit that shot, there would have been at least a couple of threads up on HLTV about it, but not going to be some. You can shoot through that wall, though, but no scope. A little bit scary. Neo, Snacks now inside the B bomb site, and it's going to be a B hit here. And the problem is Taz, he's going to be really far away, and they need to essentially kill them on the corner here, or they will fall very quickly. And look at Neo going aggressive, almost the perfect timing for it. Now it's Snacks all alone here, gets the first one on Tabs, and flicks and misses, and now Taz not that quick enough either. Is he going to wait for Bially? Answer is no, and he goes down, so now Bially's alone.
All alone, with just a pistol as well, so not much he can really do here. It looks like he wanted to run up and try and grab that Colt. Not able to find it, so he's going to stick around and just go for an exit frag, it looks like. Or maybe he decides to save his armor and his kit, but should go hunting for another rifle. Should have some information, some intel on where some of these players fell, and he does find an AK just lying in the open there in middle. And that should be a save for the next round with the money they have. They absolutely need to save this gun.
Yeah, the things are looking really bad indeed. How are these positions meant to work in the B-bomb side? Neo holding close by the tiny pit that's on the right here, and then Snacks covering on the inside. What setup is this good for when the terrorists come around the corner?
Well, with that pop flash that Neo throws, he wants to get that first pick and just fall back, and that's when you have the op covering your retreat. So a second player swings out from the Mousesports side, tries to trade that frag, and you have the op in position to just cover it. Unfortunately, that flash, it blinded who he wanted to, but there was that one player in the corner close up that didn't really get touched enough by the blinding. So
you wouldn't say that was a play that you're meant to sort of stay in those positions and wait for anyone to show up. You do want to play it offensively at the end there.
Right, and even the opper from far back can pop flash for him and have a little bit more of an effective pop flash as well.
Didn't work this time, but that was the 15th round, and Virtus.pro do desperately need this last one. Mousesports have played a terrific first half here on Cash, especially the first 5 rounds that they won in a row. It was 5-0 at the beginning. Really impressive. Neo going to catch an easy kill there. Leggy around the corner, still out of bullets at the end. Otherwise, it would have been a good double kill. It's going to be a big problem for them here. Nico picking up a kill in the middle onto Pasha. Now it's Snacks and Bayali left. 2v3, and they are not in a position to help each other on either side of the map. So Bayali has to come up with a huge round here to try and clutch it. Goes for the fire there, takes down Gob, another shot, and Nico's gone, sprays, and it's a triple kill. That's so huge.
Wonderful job by him. You said it, no chance for any backup whatsoever. Just had to make a hero play, and he does it. And we saw them do that. We saw him do that on Mirage as well, one round where they were split up in that way. And he held the A-bomb site all on his own in a 1-on-3 over isolated on that portion of the map. So, I mean, those are the 2 players you'd want in those situations.
Yeah, that's very, very important. What could Mousesports have done differently to not sort of fall to that? They I guess, coming into the bomb side, they're not sure if he could be holding main or back of site or really anywhere. But once the first guy falls...
They seem to know that he was on that side of the site with the way they came in looking that way. And I think it was just they were a little bit too far spread out from each other to get that trade quick enough. It allowed Bialy, I mean, that second spray down was just nice work from him, but that third one coming in was just a little bit far behind, so it allowed him to reset his recoil. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. I mean, those plays from some of these players are just so hard to stop them.
Yeah, you don't really have the time to slow it down and say, let's think rationally for a moment about what might be happening. It's, I guess, instinctive play. Maybe 9 times out of 10 they would have got the kill anyway. They would have been able to overwhelm him, but really good effort from Bayali. That is a big difference. I mean, 7th round for Virtus.pro. It's still not that great of a first half for them, but they're still competitive. It's not like they've lost this map at all yet.
Well, and we saw also on the T side of Mirage how aggressive they were and how much it caught Mousesports off guard. So if they come out swinging with something like that kind of a strategy once again, and actually on this pistol round, looks like they want to boost 2 players up, and they're eventually going to pitch into this A bomb site, have them come up highway and meet up with the bomb in A main. But there is one player boosted, Nico, with the 5-7, and that could be deadly.
Yeah, a lot of bullets to catch them if they come through. The only thing is the hard count of this boost seems to be people coming out of Speedway. If people come up here, then all of a sudden you're just an open target, but the bomb is down. Snacks delivering it, and that has to be a big problem for them now. Rotations coming in, obviously. Bayali to go down. Nico, the very important kill there, and Pasha and Neo are left here. Mousesports off to a strong start. Second half as well. Good shot from Neo, though. Makes it a double. They're going to turn around, wrap back around Legia. He's getting caught out here. Not a lot that he can do. They're just jumping on him, and Pasha's going to get the kill, and it's turned around. This is so unpredictable.
That smoke's going to delay him a little bit. Goes down around 42, so it's not going to disappear until about 25 seconds. It forces Neo. They've split up now, so they're going to try and come at it from 2 different angles. Neo being very sneaky, coming through, you know, just passing CT spawn up to the truck. And they're going to have Pasha from door, so Neo gets another kill. Another nice headshot on Nico. It's all to Tapson. He gets completely blind by his own flash. It looks like he does take out Pasha. Now down to a 1-on-1, and he wins it. He spins in a beautiful headshot from Tapson.
That is so sick. That looked completely clinical. It looked like he had just, you know, done the calculation and, you know, I've got just 2 seconds to turn around and get that kill. Easy one tap.
That's so clean. And he was actually played it very smart. He got aggressive on Pasha instead of waiting for him to come out the door because he knew he wanted to have that window of opportunity to spin around for where Neo was coming from. So a very crucial 1-on-2 to win there.
What do you think about Virtus.pro going on the T side as well for 2 scouts? That's pretty interesting. It's not that common we see that.
No, it's really not. Especially, I mean, they're going to be able to, there's some distance on this map, so they'll be able to find some battles they like. Obviously, that boost is the obvious one, and over at B is where the other scout is. But if they don't get anything early on with these, it's going to be very hard to take these bomb sites. Snacks is already down to 33 HP. He's one of the players who would have to do an entry with that pistol. So a lot of work is going to be up to Taz and Bayali to open up opportunities for these scouts to work out.
And Neo walking in here, Chris covering all the way on the left side, so not really giving him much of a target. Thought for a brief second they lined up for Pasha then to get both shots in. That would have been terrifying. But now Chris here, MP9 in hand. They're getting very close to the bomb site. And he's going to take the face off of Taz. But then Snacks with a good return there. And that's the bomb site lost. Now can VP plant? Okay, they're going to go for more or less the default plant. It's a bit open here. But that means they kind of have to stop anyone from coming in. If this goes into defuse, I think they're going to be in a tough position, Virtus.pro.
Definitely, and this is where the scouts can have some damage at the distance of these flanks. There's Neo taking one out as well, not able to tag Nico. Taps and gets a kill, but Neo drops him with the scout, so using the range, it's all up to Nico. He gets a nice headshot onto VP, but he's got to enter into this bomb site. No kit on him either. The bomb is ticking down, and pulls out his pistol, and he's wheeling around these boxes, but Snacks is playing it perfectly, delaying as long as he possibly can, and there's, oh, he picks up a kit at some point during that battle, but does he have time? No, he does not. A heartbreaking win for Virtus.pro there.
Oh, I mean, a very big, great effort from Nico at the end there. That was actually really nice. And yeah, the kit was right at the edge of the headshot ledge there, so could have been. But Virtus.pro managed to win it. And that's based off of 2 scouts and a couple of pistols.
We were wondering how that would work out, and they didn't really see an effect until they had that bomb site, and then putting the crosshairs on the choke points and cleaning out the retake. But Mousesports has a buy of their own here. Chris J with that MP9, a Deagle, 2 Deagles actually, and then the 5.7s behind him as well. So invested heavily into this 3rd round.
Tabson going away with a Deagle, not going to connect, but it's so close all the time. It's a little bit scary, in fact. He ends up getting returned on by Neo, and Nico will pick up the 1 kill there on Bayali, which is important.
Now Nico's going to continue to get aggressive. He's going to bring Taz down very, very low, and that prompts God B to kind of push up, try and get some information in mid, but Virtus.pro is so mobile in how they swing back and forth and have some great teamwork peeking that middle together, being able to spray him down. And now look at the positions of these Mousesports players. They're so far separated from each other. It's going to be a lot of work in it, but it does look like Virtus.pro wants to head up the speedway, as you call it. And that's going to be right into the MP9 here, the bulldozer.
Yeah. First shot coming in there. They line up for him. It could have been a good triple, in fact, from Chris. Taz, I mean, on 20 health, 1 more bullet would have maybe done it. Now, Nico's coming back here with the Galil, and they knew where he was the last time he got a kill, so maybe they're going to be a little bit more focused on the main area here. Pasha spotting him out already. Nico going for the 1 taps in, but not going to connect, and Pasha will take him down. Very close round, but it works out regardless for Virtus.pro. That's going to tie up the score at 9-9.
Yeah, a very expensive round, but winning that obviously is going to force Mousesports onto essentially a full save. They're going to pick up some light pistols, but this will be the chance for Virtus.pro to actually build up some of that economy behind them, because they're, I mean, you can look at it, it's very depleted. They do have a MAC-10 on the Snacks and 4 AKs behind it. And this will be a crucial round. They need to get out of this without too much damage being taken.
Well, Legia unsilenced his pistol and is just shooting through the smoke in the middle. Not really going to connect. In the meantime, Mousesports going for hyper-aggression, but they're getting flanked while they're pushing. Don't think that was part of the plan on the CT side here.
The flankers became the flanked, and Bialy also drops one from far back, so waiting for these kind of pushes to come in. And Virtus.pro is just cleaning house at the moment. No one's really been able to catch him off guard, so we said that they had to get out of here without taking damage, and they did exactly that. Another flawless round out of them, and Snacks drops that MAC-10 for an AK-47 here going forward, and Chris J has that AWP, and we've seen a lot of rounds in this best of 3 where he hasn't even been able to take a shot in some of the rounds.
Yeah, it was rough on Mirage. There were a couple of times where his whole team would die, and then he would sort of be left alone, just essentially trying to save the AWP, which is not exactly how you want. You want to get the entry frags with this sniper rifle here. Got to be close to the middle, so more mid control for Mousesports this round. You can see Virtus.pro quite heavy outside of B here. In fact, this is almost unusual, isn't it?
This early on, it absolutely is, and it looks like they want to use the mollies to force someone out of any position they might be in and just spam through the smoke to catch him running away, but no one's playing there, and there comes the Molotov to force God B out of position from the vents, and another one, it looks like they're setting up to retake mid at some point, because you can see these Molotovs to clear out vents, clear out the close right. They don't want players being there to defend it.
and they've helped them get control of Checkered. They spot Tabson back here. They know so much about what's going on. Tabson to go down, and again, VP take the V-bomb side very easily. Chris missing the opportunity to kill Pasha with just a pixel then. It's going to be a default plan, and Pasha will take out Chris. There's a big hit there as God B goes down. It's on Legia and Nico, and I mean, you could already see Legia's running away. Nico's kind of sticking around for a little while longer, but he should be at the best looking for exit kills and hoping to maybe save this rifles, because Mousesports have no money at all. This is incredible.
Yeah, that was an absolutely beautiful take by Virtus.pro. You saw them in Molotovs on this map. I spoke about it earlier. They're so crucial to how you want to take these bomb sites. And with all the Molotovs that Virtus.pro threw, you could see when they entered that bomb site, they only had to look in one direction. They knew players weren't, you know, going to be to their right. All they had to do was swing into the bomb site and find where players were from there. So using the Molotovs very, very effectively to have a clean take.
My only complaint, because it's something that I've seen work maybe once, and it's always enjoyable. They threw the Molotov in towards Checkered here, where someone might be boosting, or as you said, maybe just hiding in the corner. Maybe they could wallbang through or shoot through the smoke and get the kill. Then 5 seconds later, they throw the other Molotov from this direction into vents. If they throw them simultaneously, there's a player in vents. If he tries to fall back through Checkered, he's going to run into the first Molotov, and if he runs out middle, sometimes you can have someone waiting in here. I would have liked to see them just time the Molotovs, because they threw both of them anyway.
Run the gauntlet of a barbecue.
Exactly. The permanent barbecue. We're in Texas after all, I mean.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Well, they are very quick with the mid control this time, Virtus.pro. And last round, Mouz was in here and tried to contest it. This time, they're not.
Yeah, and look, Virtus.pro's taken this, and then it seems they've fallen off. Neo with the nice pop flash blinds one, but Legia with that Colt that he saved last round is able to take out Pasha, so that's a good first pick for Mousesports. They need more of it as the team has swung around towards this B bomb site. Now they're in checkers. God B's a little bit out of position. Finally, he gets behind that double stack, but here come those Molotovs again. Like he is not prepared for it, but Chris J comes through the smoke, blasting away, and he takes out Bialy.
Okay, Snacks looked like he was practically bunny jumping around the corner to get that kill. Taz and Neo now, they're going to plant for Checkered where Taz is kind of holding. So this is a pretty good bomb plant, and I like the fact that Virtus.pro are just taking the time to do this as well. Taz ready for Chris, and it's a good angle, but Chris going to choose a different route down, and he's spotted out Taz as well, still picking up the one shot there. Neo to help out now. Tabson runs in, goes down to Neo, and they win the 2v3 there. Neo at the triple kill, 12-9, and Speaker Neo, damn, he's got 22 kills. Playing
so well, playing very, very well. In that round, he actually bails Taz out of a tough spot. Taz was watching for that vent drop for a little bit, but he wasn't. He was about to be in a very awkward position as that player came on the big flank, so Neo bails him out there, and a monster hat from Virtus.pro. These CT sides for Mousesports, they're just not ready for some of these things that Virtus.pro are doing. You know, that Molotov strat into the B site that can force them into so many restricted positions. Such an effective strategy. It's so hard to play against that when that entire bomb site just gets littered with fire.
Oh, Nico spots the face of Bialy, and he does secure the kill. Very important. Then look at how he had to control himself. Then he wanted to run back, and in an instant when he saw the door was open, he realized, wait a minute, I'm going to get killed. Right. So actually, very cerebral play coming out from Nico. Really good game sense, and he's a player, like we said, who's had very limited LAN experience. So this stuff, going to this LAN is gold for him to try and just build his talent as a player. It's going to be a third kill for Nico here, doing a lot of work for Mousesports.
Definitely, and he's been a monster in this whole tournament so far from what I've seen, and keeping it up here. He's going to get a fourth one. Is he able to get the ace? He wants to go for it. You can see him slowly creeping out. He's going to pick up the AK. Gets smoked out, but he keeps charging, and he does get the ace against Virtus.pro, so that's got to put a smile on his face. So a nice 5-kill round from him.
Yeah, very well done, especially, I mean, the first 2 kills, so important. Even if he dies after that. But it's those tiny details. I mean, and it makes me smile anyway. When you get that kill in here and you want to run back, if you just start running in this direction and the door is open, you could very likely get killed. You can tell how close he was to doing it. It's the point in time when I wish we could pause the game and go and interview him about him and just ask him and say, did you actually, like, you know, it's just a millisecond before you were dead, basically. It
might have also been a comm from his teammate just saying, hey, the door just opened. Be careful, and then he just stops. And just very impressive sequence from him. Those 5 kills were spread out. You know, it wasn't like he just sprayed down, got a little bit of luck at it, and he had a great round all the way through.
Smoke up in the middle here, and again, around where Virtus.pro, or sorry, where Mousesports do try and emphasize the mid control, make sure that no one's gonna take it over too easily.
And Virtus.pro's also switched things up a little bit. You see, you said it was curious they were having so many players outside of B very early, early on in these rounds. They were crowding that area. Now they've switched back over towards A. So they think that success at B is going to allow them to have an easier time taking this A bomb site, maybe lean the defense in that direction, and all of a sudden the rotates are coming in from Mousesports.
Look at all these Molotovs in the back line. Legia going to go down, Nico going to go down, and that's the bomb site lost already. Passion to take out Copy. Virtus.pro been having a huge amount of success playing B with Molotovs, and then they switch to A, and you can still play with Molotovs on that side of the map. A team that used to do it for the longest time, although it's sort of gone out of fashion with them, Titan used to have the most incredible Molotov executes towards the A bomb site. Not quite like VP did. Let's just see if Chris is going to make it out of here, because if not, I'll try and do some drawing on the minimap, show what I'm talking about. Because it's a very, I don't know why it's gone so much out of style. Snacks will find the auto sniper as well, but so the smokes, the Molotovs that they throw this round, they are, I guess, the most common ones where you sort of burn out the NBK corner over here, which is just fine. But Titan for a while would use the fact that the CTs were smoke main. They would stand on the other side of the smoke with two players, both Molotov in hands, and they would sort of Molotov over the container to actually sort of burn out a large portion of the site. You could probably do that while still Molotoving this corner, but it's a very cool execute, and then they kind of stopped doing it.
Right, and everywhere on this map has somewhere that you can Molotov. I mean, Mousesports obviously not doing it as effectively. I didn't really talk about it much in the first half, but there were rounds where they bought 4 Molotovs. Titan on this map, like you said, by upwards of, usually by 5 if they have the money for it. So one of those maps it's very good on, and Chris J wants to be aggressive with this MP9. He gets pop flash through the smoke, grabs one, Snacks replies. This is a little bit of a force buy out of Mousesports. That was an MP9 armor. Tapson has armor and a pistol. So does GOB. So they have some investment here trying to do some economical damage to Virtus.pro, but it's not getting done quite yet. A great entry by Snacks. 2 entries by Snacks as they come running through.
And GOB jumps down, and flashbang is perfect. Picks up 2 kills for the auto sniper, and Legia going to go down. That's a quad kill from Snacks with the MP9, so the money is going to be pretty good, up to almost 7,000 there. 14-10. Given how this first half went, I'm a little bit shocked that Mousesports aren't doing better at the second half here, because I thought this was going to be a third map the way they were playing. What was it, 8-7 in favor of Mousesports? Yes,
it was, and it is surprising, but they've also, from the statistics that I looked over, yesterday and today, they've had some struggles on their defensive side, so not looking good here, obviously, and we did say Virtus.pro has beat them twice on this map, so Virtus.pro might just have their number a little bit here on cash. Surprising that it was Mousesports. Oh, nice spam by Viali, takes him out.
Oh, well, Nico at least turns around to get the kill there, but Tabson's still going to go down, and Nico's got to be careful. Got B, that was through the smoke, I think. Neo going down. They're not even spotting each other, they're shooting through the smoke here. Snacks will get dropped by Chris, and it's down into a 2v2.
And the defenders are so spread out now, they don't have the intel on where Virtus.pro is, and once again, just back to the beginning of this half, so much time still left on the clock. There's GOB spotting one out. He wins that battle against Pasha. Now he knows where Bialy is. But we can at least get the bomb planted. And he's going to, GOB's going to have to wait quite some time for Chris J, who's on a big flank. He's got to wait a few more seconds, and Bialy might not be prepared for it, but he's got that internal clock, knowing it's a possibility, sees the jump, but a nice shoulder peek from Chris J, baits him out, takes the fight that he wants over towards Struck. GOB on top of the electrical box is taken out, and Bialy, another beautiful clutch from him, 1-on-2, a great headshot onto Chris J, handles that crunch perfectly.
All right, so, I mean, what do you think about Chris J running all the way up here? They had time. He could have, run until this spot and started walking, and maybe Bialy would have had more of a tough time of knowing where he was.
I didn't mind it because he shoulder peeks that corner. If he just runs right out,
yeah, that's what you said. So
shoulder peeks and he gets the shot out, so they know exactly where Bialy's at. His teammate was just very exposed with where he was. He was on top of that electrical box. Nothing you can really do from there. And just a really smart play from Bialy in that, in that 1-on-2. And now Legia pushing through that smoke is going to get taken out by Snacks.
Yeah, and this is a round where they have almost nothing Mousesports, but they obviously have to put up a defense at this point in time, because otherwise they are going to lose 2-0 and get knocked into the lower bracket by Virtus.pro. It's looking very likely at this point in time. And Bialy, whenever it really matters, he seems to step it up. I mean, he's a LAN hero.
Oh, he's amazing. And that shows why, just that intelligence in that clutch round. And Nico's playing very sneaky behind the smoke. That Molotov might have given up his position, but no, it didn't. He gets 2. Beautiful shots. They run up. They don't know he's there. He picks up the AK, gets a 3rd one. Can he get the 4th? He's trying to spray him down. He does finally connect onto Bialy, so Nico showing some quality here.
It's incredible. He's top fragging, tied with currently with Neo on the other team. It's so scary. He's already had one ace. Let's see if he can get another one. He might be able to find Pasha behind the box. He sees him. It feels fitting. It's been a long time since we've seen someone get 2 aces, but oh, Pasha steals it. That's almost robbery, isn't it?
Yeah, Pasha doesn't want to have any fun.
Still, Nico.
Looking good.
It's incredible, and in Cologne, the 2 spectators we had, Casal and YNK, were his 2 former teammates, and I know they were very sad to lose him. They had like they were like a mix of sad, and then they were like proud that he was going to play in Mousesports and that he was going to do so well, because he is an incredible talent.
He's showcasing it here.
Yeah, and they were telling me he has this daily routine where he gets up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, then goes to school at 7, gets back and plays Counter-Strike. When he's like, it's really sort of a hard routine of a mix of school and then Counter-Strike. It's he takes it very seriously. Chris turning around here to get the kill on Neo. It's still a 3v4 in Virtus.pro. I mean, for everything that they've tried here on Mousesports' side, the Polish team is looking incredible at the moment. Nico alone in the middle here, and he's going to get tabbed by Pasha with the AWP. So now it's on Chris, and they're at the other bomb side as well.
Bialy, that was beautiful, backing up Pasha like that. Pasha was about to get wide swung on, and Bialy bails him out. And then they shut down both of the players who were stuck in the open there in middle, and that's what leaves Chris J in this kind of a situation. Not only does he have a far way to go to B, but he's got so many opponents and so many crazy positions. Snack's just about to lurk right behind him as he comes running up, and there's no point in making any secret, but he gets